Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Hello and welcome to I Am the Change. My name is Michelle Kelly, and I started this in 2019, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video, which, you guys, it is over 4.5 years that I've been doing this, which is a woohoo, and I haven't missed not one time. So I've been consistent, which is awesome. And you know, throughout the years, I've had other New Year's resolutions. If you guys want to check them out and see what they are, I have this on I Am the Change, Michelle Simon Kelly on YouTube. It's on Instagram and on Facebook. So you can catch my other videos there. And if you're able to go back and watch them, I say thank you. And even if you're not, that's okay too. So I know a lot of people aren't where I am yet. And that's okay. This is for whenever it resonates with you. But my most current New Year's intention this year was to not weigh myself every effing day, which I think last week I told you guys I was weighing myself every other day. And then I put the scale away, thanks to a really good friend who told me I wasn't trusting God and I wasn't trusting myself. Then I weighed myself like 3 times last week, and the scale is now wet and I'm not weighing myself because it started to become like an addiction again. So I am a recovering alcoholic and addict. I'm a recovering adult child of dysfunction, and I am a recovering food addict. And I have recovered from codependency and workaholism, and I quit cigarettes. So, and I still have a really great life with fun, which I never thought I would if I didn't do any of these things. Even one of them. I thought my life was going to be over, and actually it has enhanced my life way more than I could ever imagine. And every time I think I'm getting rid of something and that it's gonna suck, it's usually 1,000,000 times better. But I gear myself up for it's gonna suck, and it never does. But it's a hard process, and I've been working on this since I've been 18 years old. So I'm now 51. Growing my gray hair out. It's been since I think last August I stopped coloring my hair, and I used to be a hair colorist. So you guys are watching me grow out my gray hair on top of all of this quitting everything. And I'm now like coloring in my gray eyebrows so you can at least see contrast on my face. And what's the other thing? I don't even know. But anyway, I've been telling you guys what my journey has been like through this process. And, you know, I broke up with sugar, flour, wheat, and caffeine on May 6th, officially, of last year, 2022. So I'm over a year abstinent of sugar, flour, wheat, and caffeine. And that doesn't suck either, but it requires a lot of work to stay abstinent. And I actually like weigh and measure my food. I have to cook a lot of it all the time. It's very expensive to go out to restaurants and eat the amount of food that I eat and get the stuff that I get. It's costly to eat healthy. It costs way more to eat healthy than it does to eat unhealthy. However, you pay for it in other ways by going to the doctors and being sick and having all kinds of other problems. So you guys, I'm a little bit late doing my video today. I went and got a steroid injection for my back, which I'm so grateful for, and I hope that it works. I'm praying that it works to give me some time because I've been having burning down my leg for the past 2 months. And I also told you guys that I have depression, and that comes and goes even though I'm on antidepressant medicine. But I really believe now that some of my depression / sadness is a deep grieving for things that I never had time to grieve. And it has to come out of my body. It has to like come up and out. And I used to stuff everything down to like my baby toe. And I walked around numb for a really long time. And even though I was sober without drugs or alcohol, I learned how to numb myself sober. And what that looked like was I lived through my son. I felt his feelings and not my own. You know, when I was younger, I was thinking of this today. When I was like 12 years old, I remember I had an aunt, my favorite aunt, that I used to tell everything to, and I just loved her and really looked up to her. And one day I found out she was telling the entire family everything I was telling her. And I think that was the first time I can remember having the rug pulled out from underneath me and realizing I have no one. And what an awful feeling that was. Like that the one person that I trusted the most was going around and talking to everyone about what I was saying. And it's taken me a long time to realize that the reason why she did that was because she didn't know herself. And when you don't know yourself, the only thing you have to talk about is everybody else. So it's taken me a long time to realize I came from a place of a lot of people who didn't know themselves, and I let them tell me who I was or what I was. And I found out a lot of the stuff that I learned about myself wasn't true. So I had to get deprogrammed before I can get reprogrammed with truth and love and honesty and all of this stuff. So I was thinking the other day too, I have shamed myself for not officially working ever since I got in this car accident, which was November of 2019. And I literally could not go back to work the way that I was working. And I used to be a hairdresser and mostly hair color. I was a hair colorist, but I was a hairdresser. I did cut hair a little bit, but mostly hair color. And I could not go back to work as I knew it. And for the past 3.5 years, I have felt like I don't work, I'm lazy, I have depression, but I've had chronic pain. I had literally a screw loose in my neck the entire time and didn't know it. I was in so much physical pain, and I was working, but not in the traditional sense. I was working on my healing of things that have happened to me that I never had time to work on. And it is work, but this kind of work you don't get to see, but you get to feel. And I now experience peace, I now experience love, and I now experience joy. Not all day, every day, which I think I should. I should feel good all day, every day, but I don't. I get moments of peace and moments of joy and moments of happiness. And I feel love all the time, actually. I feel it from God, and I feel it from everyone around me, even when they're not able to show it. So anyway, I was talking to you guys last week. My car accident is settling, and I had a problem with the doctor who did my neck surgery, and he did an excellent job on my neck, and I'm so grateful, but we needed this letter from him that didn't arrive in the time that it was supposed to. So anyway, I am now learning how to speak up for myself, advocate for myself, and it's a matter of money. And whenever it comes to money, Jesus, that's when my heart is really affected, when I feel like my security is threatened. I'm going to lose something. I'm not going to have enough. I'm going to be poor. I'm going to live on the streets, which has never been true. However, it feels true. And it feels like that could happen, even though that has never happened. It's in the back of my mind, and I have to work on letting that go over and over again, all day, every day. And when I'm busy, I don't even think about that. But when I have time on my hands, I go to the deep, dark side of, what if I don't have enough? And I don't want a man to rescue me, take care of me, or save me. I need to do that for myself first. And then I would like to find someone who has done the same, who doesn't need me for anything but wants me. And I want somebody and not need somebody in order to survive. And that's what I've worked on. And that's what's happening for me right now. So anyway, I just want to tell you, like, I was able to write a letter. The doctor wasn't able to meet with me, which was fine, but I was able to write a letter. And, you know, right before I wrote this letter, I'm like, God, why do I always have to do the right thing? I don't want to do the right thing. I don't want to feel shitty. And a lot of times, have you ever heard the expression, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I'm like, I want both. I want to be right and I'll be happy when I'm right. And if I thought you were an asshole, I would have to come around or go around and let you know that I know that you're an asshole. And I felt like it was my job. And if you act like a jerk, it gives me permission to act like a jerk back. But it doesn't anymore because I have this conscience. And it started when I got into AA. And what happened one time, and I was like 6 months sober. What happened one time is I went into thrift drugs, which if anybody's younger's watching this and don't know what thrift drugs is, it's like CVS. But the guy gave me change for a $20 bill and I only gave him a 10. And I knew it. And I walked out of the store with this money. And then I turned around and I was walking back to give this guy the change, and I was pissed. I was pissed at AA. It's ruining my life. I really could have used this money, and I have to give it back because I couldn't keep it and feel okay. And I was so pissed. And that is still happening. I still have to do the right thing, and I get pissed, and I get pissed at God because it doesn't give me the same satisfaction that it used to give me, that I'm right. Ha, 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 ha. I might feel happy at the moment for a second, then I feel shitty because I do have a conscience. So I was able to write this letter, and what I thought about before I wrote this letter, what would love say or do? Love would be kind. Love would be compassionate. And love would say what I mean and mean what I say and not say it mean. So I was able to do that. And that's how I know it was God speaking through me. How do I know this isn't me? I want to say, screw you. You were a jerk. I'm going to be a jerk back. You deserve it. You don't talk to me like that. But I couldn't do it. And I can't do it anymore. And I hate that I can't do it anymore. But then I experience peace, joy, and love. And if I still did, and I heard this saying one time, if you don't want to feel shitty, don't do shitty things. So I'm learning how not to do shitty things. And my reward is I did the right thing, and that's my reward. And whether I benefit from this or not financially, none of my business. That's God's business. I was able to speak my piece, and I was able to do it with kindness, with love, and with compassion. And whatever the outcome is, it is not up to me, it's up to God. So I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Please stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you all next week. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Angelo made it to Colorado with Dana and Curtis all in one piece. They're doing great, and they're so happy for the moment. It's only been a week, but they're there and they're happy. So thanks for watching, guys.